Wow, this is a lot of people. I'm super excited. I want to thank every one of you. I know it's not easy to come onto a webinar and be there listening to a few of us talking about one particular topic, but really amazing attendance. I'm quite excited. It puts me a bit nervous too. I hope what we present is some of your liking. I want to especially appreciate marketing of FVC and Logitech marketing to making this happen. So guys, I'm the only one on video, I believe. So apologies. We'll have a photo session later on once the whole event, all presentation is over. We'll have a photo session once we put all videos on. We'll take a picture, post it on live. All right, great. Let me introduce myself. My name is Abraham Maman. A few of you know me. I am the head of video collaboration for a region we call as GCC Plus. That means a region covering the GCC countries, including some additional regions in African sector. Now, we are living through quite a challenging times. We all know that. There's a lot of discussion, a lot of forwards, a lot of things happening. Now, our idea was to pick up a good news and share it with you. Pick up an opportunity here. And we are not trying to utilize the situation, what is happening. It is challenging. We as human beings are challenged. But what I see is all of us are coming together. I read that from where I am, India, they have announced a 21 days curfew. What a resolve. And we are also sitting at home, and we thought probably we'll help you. Everybody is confused. Everybody is thinking about their business. Everybody is thinking their personal life. I think while you should put your priority to family, we thought that we will help you a bit about businesses and see something on a brighter side on this particular situation. On your screen, you can see a lot of news which is happening, especially on video conferencing. Everybody is talking about video conferencing. Everybody who have kids know that they are sitting downstairs or sitting in the adjacent room and going through the education online. And video conferencing all of a sudden got a buzz. Today morning, I consolidated some information put together. Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google, all the products are today working. I even heard that WhatsApp is working. Government is supporting us so much so that we can go through during this difficult time together as a team. Now, we will specifically pick video conferencing as a topic to discuss, and we will support you and to give you some ideas how you can help socially as well as look into your business sector, your customers, and support them during these difficult times. I see a lot of news like this happening, and I'm sure you would have read about it. Microsoft, Google, Zoom, all of them, WebEx announced that they will give their softwares for free during these tough times. They have their own procedures. It's so exciting. I mean, in a sense where how corporates like these are taking that responsibility to help people. And I do see that that can create a bigger business opportunity for tomorrow as well. Now, let us discuss who we are. Logitech as a company is one of those things which is so easy for me to talk to you about. A company which is very known to you guys. A product which you might have used at least at one point of your time. And whenever I ask this question, who all know Logitech? And if I ask you to raise your hand, everybody would raise their hand. I know. I can't see you guys, but I'm sure you are raising your hand. Again, just to kind of update you what we are, where we started from. In 1982 is when we started this company. Like, you heard about the story, right? Microsoft, Dell, Cisco, the engineers sat together in their father's garage and started this company. But in Switzerland, there was no garage. So it was only chalets. That's where our founding fathers, our chairmen today started this company. And they made this complicated technology called as a mouse available for the world. I know, sitting like 38, 39 years later and talking about a mouse is funny. But then think about 1982 when mouse was the most sought after technology, very costly. It's going to change the way people interact with their computers. Logitech took that product and made it so available to the mass, to us as users, so that our experience with computer changed. The trick we used here is that we made it so plug and play. Put a USB in. Oh, of course, there was no USB then, but there was a cable, which was a PS2 cable, micro DIN. You can call it many names. You connect it into your PC and it starts working. That's what made this company or Logitech so famous to make your life simple. You don't need technical support for technologies. Well, of course, we added a lot of products, keyboards, presentation pointers, music, gaming. Video conferencing has been one of our most happening product portfolio, which we added into our company. Now, Logitech is like it can relate it to Procter and Gamble. There are multiple brands under them, and video conferencing is Logitech's brand into the market. And it is one of the most successful products of all. We'll discuss about it. But if you really look back into it, yes, we are the biggest accessory company in the world. But now today with cloud, what we focus in providing the cloud with interactive devices so that your experience on the clouds get better and better. Yes, of course, we are based out. Our founding fathers were from Switzerland. Our headquarters is based in Switzerland. We have almost 2,000 plus people. Our headquarters, our research laboratories are in Switzerland. But of course, we moved to USA, to Silicon Valley during this famous Silicon Valley rush. So we are one of those Silicon Valley companies as well. We were listed in NASDAQ. We are still listed in NASDAQ. And also we are listed in Swiss Stock Exchange. So we are a very Swiss American company. So we take all the best of the breed on these two companies and take to you guys. And of course, yes, we being a manufacturing company, we manufacture pretty much all our products. All our products are manufactured today in China. We have a lot of friends out there. The good news is that they're all out of the trouble. Our manufacturing is in full force, and it's really a lovely time. So we have 7,000 plus employees. We are like $3 billion business. Our year will end in April, this March. So our fiscal year starts next April. So we will definitely be much more than $3 billion. Yes, we're not a big company, right? I mean, there are much more bigger companies in the market, but then we are in that nice sweet spot where we are agile, we are big enough, and we have the cash flow and the ability to provide you with the latest technology. A lot of questions comes to me like this. Whenever I go to a customer and we talk about video conferencing and all, they all talk to me, hey, isn't it Logitech, that mouse company? And I always say, yes, it is that mouse company which you used before. It is that company which you know the quality is amazing. It is that company which I don't have to explain to you the quality. You would tell me that there is an expectation on the quality. So if somebody is asking you, be proud to tell Logitech is indeed that mouse company. There's a lot of relationship into that. But to understand, to comprehend everything, this slide is it all about our company. 2.5 million products a week. Very few companies in the world can boast about something like that. Even the big companies which you think put up in your mind, 2.5 million units being sold a week. That is something which shows the magnitude of our capacity, our logistics, our presence in rest of the region. So if you want to take home a few slides in your mind, 2.5 million products a week is something I would request you to. Of course, we are here for video collaboration. Now, I need to tell you about the video collaboration story, definitely. That's the most interesting story what we have. A lot of people ask me, when did it all start? It was in 1998. A few old timers in this video. I could remember this product vaguely. I didn't have that enough pocket money with me during my college times to buy something like that. It was something really cool, something very high tech. It was a first web camera. So when the first time video chatting or video conferencing as a software was available, Logitech was right there on day one with our webcam, because we were the first webcam company. Today, we are the largest webcam company with a market share of 67 to 70% globally. In Americas, we are more than 90%. The first web camera was a black and white web camera, so you can imagine how old we are, where we started from. This is when we really started our video collaboration experience, video collaboration as a product portfolio with the first webcam. Along with that, we gave a headset and mics. Every one of you have used one of our products sometime or the other. So if someone asks you back, hey guys, is Logitech new in video conferencing? Actually, we are the first company as a hardware perspective to get into video conferencing. Back in 1998 with that web camera, we have 20 million products out in the market, Skype certified if you want to put it. 20 years of experience in video collaboration. Yes, of course, we rebranded our video collaboration wing to call it as a B2B or business division, but otherwise video has been within our culture starting from 1998. We did a lot of stuff, not just the web camera. We added a lot of stuff around it. But one thing which we made it very consistent within our products, while our products became in capacity bigger, the easiness to operate, the easiness how you plug a USB cable in your laptop and it does a wonder by automatically installing and making your video look so much better. We made plug and play our DNA, and all our products are designed like that. Even room system maximum going up to 46 people is on plug and play. How easy can it be? You don't need, I know a lot of technical people are there. You're all important. I am a technical guy myself, but making it easy for customers is when they adopt a lot into technology. Who we are, who are our partners? Google, Microsoft, Zoom are our biggest partners. And the good news for you guys, Google announced free app. TRA has opened up Google app. Microsoft announced even licensing for free for during this time period. That means video conferencing software and MCUs for free, right? Zoom has always been having this marketing effort where most of the software is free if you want to go one-on-one and stuff like that. But we work with a lot of other companies. So as a company, video conferencing for us is a hardware game. There's a lot of softwares out there, like today in Zoom. How easy was it to connect to this call? It was just clicking a link, making sure your cameras and speakers are rightly configured. It was that simple. You get HD call sitting at I'm sitting at my home, you're sitting at your home or office, and being able to connect and hear to me so clearly. You can connect your computer into a big screen monitor and make my screen much more bigger. So you can convert this small computer into a big screen also if you want to. So how easy it is today now to have a HD video call. I've been in this industry for some time, thankfully working with some market leaders, selling few of the marketing products. It was so technology rich. It was so niche before, but today, I sometimes when I think about my past, I'm still surprised how easy they did make this video conferencing, and especially in your computer, which you always carry with you in your mobile. Just a click of a button, you're on a HD call. Hundreds of people connected together at the same time without you spending much money. Yeah. Some of our customers, just to put some seriousness into this discussion, who are using Logitech today, the intention of this call is to help you to create a business discussion with your customers, help you to socially support your customers in creating video conferencing as a tool to help them to connect between their people, and as a tool if they don't know. But these are a few companies which Logitech has helped and we have business with. You can see some of leading companies or some of leading organizations in UAE. I put some international companies who are big in this part of the region as well. These are the companies who use our product only when it comes to video collaboration, when it comes to hardware. So just to give you a thought process. And if you have customers with you who are within the similar lines of the logos which is shown there, take this with you. Tell customers that, hey, Logitech has helped those customers too. Maybe you can help each other on that. All right, so I see that there's some drawing on my screen, probably Merlin, if you can help me with that. All right, so this is the business of Logitech. In the last 2 yearly basis, our business has increased so much. What you see here is the total units sold, total video conferencing equipments in room systems we sold compared to our competition. We have been into this new thing for a long period of time. It's super efficient, super cool. But what I've been doing is that we have been silently supporting. I know this comes as a surprise to you. And I'm not supposed to say who is competition A, B, C, but it's pretty big team, but I don't mind. Competition A is Cisco, B is Polycom, C is Huawei. Look at the number of customers, look at the number of meeting rooms where we were able to equip much more than rest of the vendors. If you really look into it, the number of customers or meeting rooms we have equipped is much more higher than the number 1, number 2, and number 3 competition of ours put together. So that is the kind of reach we have as of today. 50% of the global Fortune 500 companies today is using Logitech as a video hardware solution. What is this market share of video conferencing in Logitech? And every 6 months, I have to change the slides because we have been able to reach to more and more customers every single day. So this is one slide which I have to change now and then mostly. And this might come as a big surprise to you. Now, that is pretty much 2019 numbers. 40% of the room solutions sold last year was a Logitech system. 40%. Out of the two systems sold in the world, Logitech today is one of them. How were we able to do this in a short period of time? How were we able to become a big chunk of a market share in VC? And this is the story I'm going to talk to you about. How you can help your customers. It is not just because of the products. It's not because of the costing. It's just not because of the ease of using. It's all put together is a reason for that. And that is a discussion we want to do today with you. So who's the typical customer for Logitech VC? Well, this slide is quite honestly irrelevant, I would say, because everybody is a customer for VC. Everybody sitting at home is a VC customer. Everybody who needs to do work is a VC customer. I know some of the verticals like hospitality, like hotels and all is not really into this, but otherwise every single company, banking, government being the major, and education. You have been reading newspapers, right? Education, one of the key areas, but then their way of doing online training is a bit different. But pretty much everybody with priority to banking and government sector. And one of the slides you might have seen in the very initial slides of mine, Abu Dhabi government announcing to their all organizations that start using Microsoft Teams. It is allowed for them to use Microsoft Teams and the collaboration tools as of today, whatever tools it is possible. So that is the era which we live in. I get these questions every time. Isn't this VC market so saturated? I have been working in VC market specifically for the last 13 years. I've seen a lot of vendors coming in, a lot of vendors going out of the business. Logitech as a company used to own a company called as Life Size. We let it go. But is VC market saturated? And somebody asked the same question 16 to 18 years back, or almost 13 years back, I would rather correct myself, to the LCD or the plasma display market. Isn't it saturated? But you and I know today, right? There's so much of demand of LCD screens in the market that even at home, we use one or two devices of that. Every meeting room has an LCD screen. And that is a change actually what is happening in video collaboration also. Pre-2017 in Middle East, only 2% of the market used to demand video collaboration. Or rather, I would put it in a different way. Only 2% of the market or 2% of the meeting rooms in Middle East or in UAE could afford video collaboration or these endpoints. But today, 70% of the market is your what we call as the TAM, the target addressable market for video collaboration. 2% to 70%, considering the growth also in the region. It's a huge market segment. If you think video conferencing was big before 2017, you cannot comprehend even how big it could be in the coming years. Because 70%, that means every 7 customer out of the 10 customers you have, all the 7 customers can today buy video conferencing. The reason? It is no more affordable. And I would say affordability, I never put affordability as the number one reason, but quite honestly, it is the reason. Able to buy a solution at much more cost-effective way helps customers deploy it in mass. That is why we have our mobiles with us, because these mobiles were very costly products actually, but Apple took a decision to make smartphone at roughly around $700 to $600. That's why you and I could afford it. So what happened? The mass came. Now Apple makes a lot of money. I'm pretty sure Apple were not making money the first year or so. Now they make a lot of money because there's a lot of mass. Similarly, 70% of your customers can buy video conferencing. How they can do, what is the approach you need to do, what you should have in your mind, that's the discussion we're going to have. There are 2 segments we have. One is the most famous of all, as you all would realize, web camera headsets. My good Lord, everybody needs a headset and a web camera. As a company, we are socially trying our best to supply as much as can, but then we are overwhelmed with the demand. The demand is almost 30 or 40 times bigger than what it was before. We are the biggest manufacturer. We are the largest its suppliers. We are trying our best. Still, everybody's working from home naturally. Everybody needs a headset and a web camera. I don't have to explain to you that's a big market segment. But going forward, you will see a lot of people using the same devices in their office too. Because sitting at home, getting used to these video calls, headsets, and web camera, once you get used to it, you find out that that's an easier way to communicate. I don't have to drive from Dubai Internet City, all the way to Dubai or all the way to Jebel Ali to make a 1 hour call. No, I spend 2 hours on that driving up and down plus the 1 hour call. Why can't I do it from office? Wouldn't customers appreciate a video call? They will. So once this whole pandemic scare is all off, everything is going to come back to normal. But one thing which is not going to be normal is video collaboration, because everyone is going to ask for those solutions in their offices. Everybody is going to ask for the web camera and headset. Look at the demand it is going to go. And I want to, I mean, it's on a funny note, I want to tell you about a few companies which is going to boom during this so-called tough times. Amazon, online buying, your better halves or yourself buying stuff online. You know how much Netflix and gaming is happening at your home right now, and video collaboration. These are the three areas which is going to boom. We were looking at almost like perfect. So what we have been talking about is this huge influx of thought process of having video systems at your desktop. And this is going to really be one of the biggest segment. In USA, my colleagues actually, 50% of their revenue is coming from headsets and web cameras. My business is purely business for video conferencing only, but 50% of the business is headsets and web camera. But in EMEA, or in the region we are from, we only see 5 to 10%. Now, yes, that looks bad. But because of this pandemic, people are using it at their home. They are experiencing the beauty of it. So they're going to come back to office. It's going to demand a lot. Be prepared for that huge flow of demand going to come in. Secondly, how can I use Zoom in my meeting room? Secondly, how can I use Microsoft in my meeting room? How can I use Google in my meeting room? How can I use WebEx in my meeting room? These kind of questions will come. Even today, for the last week, very honestly with you, we have been so tied up in supplying goods to some emergency customers, top banks, top governmental officials with video systems so that they can do partial work from home, giving tools to their employees to connect better, but not ready to throw away money just like that on a wrong solution. Affordability is critical during these tough times, but the solution should work. The solution should be easy to deploy, as quick as that. So these are the huge flux of demand which you would see both in personal solution with headsets and web camera and in room solutions. These are the two areas we're going to focus on this particular webinar. So how does Logitech video works? I know the screen is a bit what I call as a very crude way of explaining. So right now I'm sitting in front of my laptop, right? I have a web camera. Consider this lady out there doing the same thing. She's sitting on the web camera on a laptop in front of her. Like me, you can see me on the screen, no issues. But what if I have like 10 people around me or 5 to 6 people around me, and I want to use the same laptop running Zoom, WebEx, or Microsoft Teams on it to capture all that people sitting next to you? Personally, I'm okay, web camera and headset. But when we are in a team, a computer, web camera, headset cannot help you much. This is where Logitech brings our hardware in. Same way you connect your web camera, same way you connect your headset, you have two different USB ports there. But in video conferencing of Logitech room solutions, there's one USB cable. The lady connects the USB cable into the laptop. What happens? We provide you with meeting room grade, big camera systems, big speaker system, big mic system that takes over the audio and video of your laptop. So like the camera and the headset, which is an additional device to your laptop, what we offer, equivalent large sized camera, equivalent large sized meeting room speakers and mic system, all connected on one USB cable plug-in. So to upgrade your laptop call into a room call, all it takes is 10 seconds. Take the USB cable and plug it in. And like you see on the bottom right hand corner, it's just not her only. You can see the complete meeting room. You can hear them and speak to them. There's no way of me explaining how good is our quality of the audio and video in this call, but I could see a lot of our existing extended family members in our channel partners. Thanks to you guys for joining this. They can tell you their experiences, of course. So that's how we work, giving a bigger meeting room camera, a bigger speaker phone and microphone system for your offices. So what are the different types of deployment? I know it can get confusing, right? Sometimes it's simple. So I want you to be very open. I want you to be in a sense of don't expect complication. Logitech is so simple company, right? So when I say USB cable in, it is that, nothing else. But there are different scenarios in which you can use Logitech video systems. Now remember, all our video systems work with most of the leading software companies like Microsoft, Zoom, Google. There's so many of them. Logitech is not into a business of creating softwares or codecs. That's not our business. There are leading companies already. Microsoft is there, Zoom is there, WebEx is there. They're all there. We don't need to get there because most of your customers have that solution with them. So we are not adding an extra layer of software. We are just giving them the hardware. Just the hardware to make sure the existing software they have can be utilized into the room solution without adding any single penny on services nor the interoperability. A lot of companies are there who charge you crazy for interoperability. A USB cable does not charge you for that. It is as simple. So here in the three different scenarios, I will be focusing on BYOD and laptop. Again, I want you to imagine you having this call with me. And some of you guys are sitting with your friends there, right? You have more than one people looking at that laptop, small screen. It's so uncomfortable to have more than two people sitting in front of a laptop, right? You wish you could have connected your laptop into a big screen. It's easy. HDMI cable in, and your laptop display goes to a big screen. Now you can sit back and relax and watch the content and myself on the big screen. Issue resolved. But what about the camera? Now you want to participate in this call. You want me to see you all properly. More than two people, three people together. Your web camera is not good enough. So you need better camera system. So here, all you got to do, connect the USB cable from Logitech. The camera, speaker, and mic gets installed in your laptop, but the bigger camera naturally covers everybody in the meeting room. So that is the BYOD. Bring your own laptop in, bring your own device in, connect it to your laptop. Not your mobile, connect to your laptop because that's where the USB cable is. Why do you have to bring your laptop in? Because the softwares we are talking about, Microsoft Teams, Google, Zoom, all of them, or WebEx is sitting on the laptop. So you need to carry your laptop in, connect HDMI cable to put it on a big screen and have our Logitech systems connected on a USB cable. It's the most simplest thing. Complication made into simplicity. I made a few enemies, unfortunately, but our technical people who used to work a lot on VC, then all of a sudden, it's so simple. There's no much money there on services, but then they understood that that's a way of the world, right? You've got to adapt. It's nothing to do with us. But then customers is demanding for more user-friendly. But then I have a lot of other customers too who says, I don't want to bring my laptop into the meeting room. I wanted to make it simple. I want to just go there, one touch and join the call. This is where we have Logitech Tap. On the extreme right-hand side, we give customers also an option to use their existing software on a touchscreen monitor on the table, one touch and join the call. They walk in, one touch and join the call. I know how difficult it is to make a video call during the pre-tap era, where you go to get the IP address, you go to have people checking the quality, IT person standing outside, isn't it? The IT people hate video calls because they got an unproductive 2 hours sitting outside that meeting room waiting for some problem to happen. Yeah, they got to be there because it's the chairman who's on the call. But now, walk in, one touch, make the call happen. This is one of the areas we'll discuss. But quickly about slot in PC, the middle scenario. Slot in PC is a very easy way. Instead of bringing a laptop, there are a lot of interactive flat panels out there in the market who also give you PCs on the interactive. So instead of your laptop, you can install the software, Zoom or Microsoft or Google, on that PC on the interactive panel. Because at the end of the day, remember, you need a PC because PC is what connects to the cloud, right? And the software installed there. So in the first scenario, you bring your laptop. That is where the solution is. Second solution, slot in PC. The monitor has a PC on board, a Windows PC, please. And the last solution, we give a kind of a full solution. We give you a PC replacement, a touchscreen monitor, and a video collaboration system around it to make it happen. Going into detail, what is BYOD? BYOD is almost near to 60% of our revenue. So it's a very critical way. That's where most of the SMEs will buy. We see that this is what made Logitech video collaboration famous, quite honestly, the simplicity. So walk into your with your laptop, connect the USB cable with Logitech Meetup. Meetup is a small unit. It's this big, quite honestly. That's it. What it does is it has a speaker, camera, and the lens on it, all inclusive one unit. Now that the system is designed for small meeting rooms. A lot of people say, hey, small meeting rooms is easy, right? I can put a web camera, some speaker and mic. Well, yes, if you're okay with that quality. But one of the biggest challenge which we see in small meeting rooms is that everybody is sitting near to the big monitor, very close, because it's a huddle room. It's a small meeting room. Most of the time when you keep a web camera, you miss out people because web cameras always have this angle of view. All the cameras has an angle of view. One of the most highest angle of view is done by us, 90 degree. Even that is not good enough. Usually it's 78, which is the market angle, but that is not good enough for small meeting room. So small meeting room needs a wide angle camera. So 70, 90 would do. We need 120 degree wide angle camera. Meetup is designed with 120 degree wide angle camera. You are 10 people, you go to a big room, but if you're like 5 people, you go to a small room. But if 2 or 3 people are not visible in that meeting room, you end up being 2 people only. So what is the point of doing a video call? So we designed this camera to be much more wider, but don't use a wide angle camera in a big room. I'm plumbier fellow myself. I eat a lot. I don't do much exercises, unfortunately. But you should do rather. When I am on a wide angle call and I'm in a big room, I look much more fat. You shouldn't do that. Wide angle camera is only designed for small meeting rooms. And for larger meeting rooms, you have larger meeting room systems, standard angle cameras. Look at that. Logitech Rally is one of the most successful product of ours. Look at the camera, speaker. Look at the mic, how good they are placed on the table. Neat and clean. I know a few people are thinking, hey, is that wireless mics? Not really, but this is a real picture. There's a cable going behind it under the table, definitely. We don't believe in batteries on a device because it brings inconsistency. But this is Logitech Rally, bigger room systems. Bigger room system can start from like 6 people onwards up to 46 people. So Logitech Rally is that product, the camera, speaker, mic system, which we need to use for a bigger room system. It's a modular product. So you can buy the basic Rally system. It can cover up to like 15 people. If you need more, you can buy an extra speaker. If you need more, you can add more mics, up to 7 mics. Totally, it can grow up to 46 people meeting room. Don't worry about these things, guys. I can send you a wizard, which is an online tool which you can click and help customers in deciding which product you need to choose. So guys, don't worry about complications of knowing all these things. There is a wizard available. If I am not able to give you, please log into go to Logitech portal or just type on Google Logitech video wizard and you will get a room configurator tool. It's so easy. Give it to your customers and they will tell you what product they need. It's life made easy by Logitech. So Logitech Tap. This is when I used to show my famous video. Very honestly, it's a very funny video which I can't share with you. So please take your pen and write down as a note after this call to go and check this famous Logitech Tap video. So you just need to say Logitech Tap video, one of the most seen video, very funny. It starts like this, but I'm not going to show you this video because this video meeting cannot do a video thing. A lot of people would have seen it. You know how funny it is. So the scenarios where I hate to bring my laptop into the meeting room. I know I need to bring it, but I hate to bring it. Even if I'm bringing it, I don't want to be the guy getting connected to the big HDMI cable and me being busy on the video call. I also want to do some work during the meeting. So those kind of scenarios where you need a dedicated system free from any user devices. This is where Tap comes in. very careful for understanding. We don't work with too many vendors. In the first scenario, BYOD, we work with hundreds of companies. Majorly Microsoft, Google, and Zoom, but Blue Jeans and Lifesize, Starly, WebEx, you name it. But when it comes to TAP, because TAP contains certain requirement for software, we only work with 3 companies who gave us the software. Microsoft, with the Microsoft Teams or Skype for Business, both of them their own products. Google with the Google Hangout, and Zoom with the Zoom Meet software. So how does it look like? So this is how it looks like when the software is preloaded. So we have 3 devices loaded with 3 different type of software. On your extreme left, you can see Google Meet software. So you Google Apps, right? When you use Google Gmail, on your left hand side, you got the Google Hangout, or they call it Meet. So this software, what you see on Google Cloud, is the room version of it. Microsoft on the middle, Microsoft Teams or Skype for Business, you know the Messenger app, right? This is the room version of it, or the kiosk version, if you want to call it, bigger buttons so that it's easy to touch and manipulate. It's a GUI, a different kind of GUI, but backend, it's the same product. Zoom, again, the same software which you were able to connect today, that is the room version. What is the difference between the room version and the standard desktop? A room version is bigger GUI, bigger buttons, easy to navigate. I don't have to look for my mute button. Mute button is big and firm there. I can look at the meetings. I can just walk in and one touch and make the meeting happen. The meetings will be displayed on a touch screen, and all I go to do, one touch, meeting happens. Typically, people waste almost 8 to 12 minutes before a call on finding way to connect, and that is almost 20% of the meeting time. And here, one touch, join a call, forget about complications, get on the call. Yes, of course, that adds a bit of a money element, price element. It becomes costlier, but then that brings a value add and people don't mind. And I'm going to say a very controversial statement here, guys. Take it as a good way. Once TAP was launched, our business boomed in this part of the region. What I'm saying is that this region loves high-end experience. This region appreciates the value of technology. So we saw a lot of adoption on this. Just last week, we sold almost nearly 70 room systems of the phone call, because there were companies who are in a dire requirement of these solutions. They were like, get us a unit, we need it right now. That is how serious video collaboration is right now. Use that opportunity. I know you're sitting at home. You are challenged with what to do at office. You want to work with your customers. You want to talk with your customers. What do you talk? What are the products you need to sell? What are the products you will want to sell to your customers? Make video conferencing as one of that element. I promise you guys, this is your social responsibility as well as a responsibility back to your company, right? Because during these tough times, we got to help our company make margin. You're going to help other people to find ways of collaborating with each other. And video conferencing is that solution. Touch screen made of oleophobic screen. You can touch it, very sensitive, and get on a call. A lot of cable retaining technology. This is the behind of the technology. I'm not going to go details or a touch screen, but I'm going to make it life simpler for you. So you see 3 different scenarios: small meeting room bundle, medium meeting room bundle, and large meeting room bundle. These are the 3 bundles we have. Now, if you look at that camera system there, it's the same camera we discussed before, right? Meetup, Rally, the same system. But in Rally, in medium and large, you can see extra speakers and extra mic in the large ones compared to the medium one. Because the bigger the room, the camera and the speakers change, but the touch screen remains the same, because that's your interface. So we created these bundles for you. Remember the screen. I told you there are three screens maximum you need to remember about Logitech on this whole slide. I know you're not going to remember everything. One of that is the 2.5 million products a week. Second is this slide. Small, medium, large. Small is like 6 people to 8 people maximum. Medium is up to 15 to 16 people. Large is up to 22 people. And also remember, there's a bigger system also available where you can keep on adding the mic. We call it a customizable option. Keep adding mics. It can go up to 4 to 6 people meeting room. So right from meeting rooms from 3 people, 6 people, 8, 15, we go all the way to 4 to 6 people meeting room. But anything more than that, we say, sorry, I will leave the AV companies to provide much more bigger solution. But I think 46 is 99.9% of the market, right? Have you seen any rooms bigger than 46? I have. Theaters, that's not our area. classrooms which are massive classroom amphitheaters. That's not our area. Yeah, once in my life I saw this room which can feel like a town hall, they call it. That's not our area. What our area is, the mainstream, the bulk of the business, 99.9 percentage. This solution is all what is required. All of them are, again, when I say, let me put it this way. We are not interoperable to Microsoft. We are not compatible. Screw all that. What we are is, our products are a Microsoft product. It is onboarded with Microsoft software itself. So it's not interoperable. It is Microsoft software. It's much more than interoperable. You don't have to think about any complications, because this solution contains these three vendors' respective softwares pre-built. You don't have to put any softwares there. It is already pre-built. Again, three companies, Microsoft, Google, and Zoom. For you, I will give you a tip. Microsoft is the most important in this part of the region, because a lot of customers out there are using Microsoft software. All of them has Office 365. Do you know every single Office 365 account contains Microsoft Teams? That means every customer who has Office 365, which you know, that's almost everybody, has a Microsoft Teams software with them. You don't have to buy it for them. Just tell them. This is one of the social responsibility. Hey, customer, if you are having challenges, meeting your colleagues, use that software which you already have. Don't have to buy anything. Just use it. You have Microsoft Teams. Teams can do fantastic video calls. If Zoom is what you need to think about, we just met the Zoom managing director yesterday. They set up an office here. They're showing seriousness into this market. Amazing technology. Zoom is for free, one-to-one. You can download and start using, guys. Just as a good element. Now, Zoom is compatible. So let's talk with our family back in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Europe and US. With Zoom, amazing solution. Or use Microsoft Teams. All the softwares are there right now available. Get into of usage. You will learn a lot when you start using these products. I simply argue, guys, this is going to be a huge business now and the future, which is already been accepted by market research companies. If you can invest into video, if you can invest in e-com, and if you invest into entertainment at home, this is the three segments you need to do. It's, again, products is not complete, but Logitech believes in this area where when there is a product, it should be good looking. It should be, the finishing of the product has to be great. It's not about giving just a product. Look at this mouse, the elegance of this mouse, the way I am adapting to it, the buttons, everything has to be precise. We are a design company. What we did with video conferencing systems is that we talked a lot to our customers and we asked them, what do you need? And a lot of customers came back and told one thing in common. We want it to look good. We want it to be cable free. We don't want a lot of mess on the table. We simply don't want to invest too much money to make the solution look good. Meeting room, I wanted to make it neat and decent. So these mounting kits are available to make the solutions look much more better. Look at it. All the fixture of the touchpad is fixed on the table. It rotates. All the cables going underneath. Neat and clean. These kits are very important for you for final finishing, because the guy who sends the check, the CEO, is caring about these aspects. So make it look good with very cost-effective kits from Logitech. So this is how it works. Tap, installs into the table. And for those guys who are already worrying, oh no, my customer has this Italian furniture, he's not going to drill, forget that Italian furniture. Again, our focus is 99.9%. More than 99% of customers will agree to drill their table if it's required, and if it provides them with a cable-free solution. Once the table is completed, no cables visible outside at all. The riser mount, the wall mount, VESA mount, those many options are available. So imagine those camera systems we discussed earlier. You're adding this touch screen extra with it so that they don't have to bring the laptop along with them. Again, to make your life easy, I'm going to cruise down. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to take about 10 seconds of break right now by showing you some pictures of different type of meeting rooms and the devices which you need to use. So when you come to medium room, you got Rally. This is a much more bigger room, Rally Plus, which is the extra speaker and mic. A bigger meeting room. like a U-shaped table. This is very important. We can manage that as well. There are two questions I always receive from customers. Every time I meet them, I've met a lot, and I've gone out with you guys also meeting a customer. There are two questions when they see the solution, when they love them, they ask two questions. One of them, I need a wireless solution. I hate cables. And I know a lot of you guys are smiling, yeah, because you would have faced it already. What is wireless solution? Customers believe that if there's a wireless solution, their life in the meeting room is going to look better. What is wireless? My mobile is wireless. My laptop is wireless. But finally, I have to connect a charging cable to make it charged. So power is unfortunately not wireless. I know some of the mobiles have this beautiful wireless chargers, but unfortunately for mics and speakers, you don't have that kind of facility. Imagine this, 2 hours of meeting like this, and the CEO comes back to use the meeting room, the charge in the mic is over, and he can't use it. Inconsistency, that is not acceptable in a meeting room. Cable is required. But actually what your customers are really asking for is a cable-free solution. How can you make the solution look beautiful? Customers' way of explaining is that I need wireless. So don't get worried. Don't get boggled with wireless. There are a lot of solutions which are wireless, which is super costly. Yeah, but customers need a solution which looks good. Let's show you something here. How does the meeting room look? I'll be proud to say it is one of my colleagues who's a sales guy who put up this meeting room. Actually, I helped him with the drilling and stuff like that, very honest, because I just wanted to know how much time and effort. It took us 30 minutes to fix this solution. This is Logitech's boardroom in Middle East office, which is here in DIC building number 3. We fixed it up. Look at the finishing. Look at that monitor which has 2 speakers and the camera on the top. Look at the table on the right hand side corner down. You see that mic? Do you see any cables there? Yes, nothing. Every cable is going down. So we provide you with kits. Most of them is free of charge with the product itself to manage this finishing. Remember guys, it's not about the product. It's also about the customer experience too. You got to help them with this. And all that cabling is managed under the table, under the flooring. We give you a lot of options to manipulate the cabling as well. But that is what I call as truly wireless. Or in our words, technical words, a cable-free environment. This is possible without spending pretty much nothing with extra devices. Most of the items are pre-built into our systems itself. So this is one slide I want you to take, the third most important slide, this image. Take this image, we'll share you the presentation. If customers are asking for wireless, open up your mobile and tell them, hey, is that what you need? Is this picture is what you need? And customers will say, absolutely. How can you make that happen? And it is possible with us without spending even more than 10% of the money he's paying for the solution. How do we do that? What we did is that with Logitech Rally, one of our products, we started giving cable management kit for free. I'll repeat. We give a cable management kit for free with our video system. So here on the screen, what you can see is the table and the screen side. Now, what you can do, you can put all the cabling on the tabling finally terminated on the table itself, and all the cabling what is on the display side terminated at the display side itself. Between them, it's just a Cat6 cable. So again, all the cabling on the table is terminated there itself, the cable from your laptop, the PC, or let's say your computers, or let's say mics, all of them is terminated there under the table, and everything on the display side is terminated at the display. Between them, we have one Cat6 cable. I know sometimes it's not very easy to explain this solution over the video, but what we achieved in that meeting room, which you saw earlier, is possible because of this cable management kit which we give with our video conferencing solution. So looking good, the final finishing is important. But let me give you a small trick here. I've been with a lot of customers. When I take the demo units out, people are like, oh my God, a lot of cables. Best way to do, let the IT manager or the guy who invited you in go outside the room. Don't show them how you set it up. Set it up, hide the cable, then show him. Because you can't drill the table at the customer side without getting an order, right? So try your best not to have your customer with you while you're doing the demo setup. Invite him once the demo setup is over, because people, what they see first is what they initialize. Push the customer, please give me like 20 minutes, give me 10 minutes, let me set it up, come back later. One of the tricks which has been very effective for me once you start going outside your home and start meeting, right? Another big question, guys. I hear it every time. Face tracking technology. I hear it from CEOs, I hear it from IT companies. Every time I walk in, I get this question: do you have face tracking technology? I call it the office boy syndrome, and there is a reason for that. What is face tracking? Face tracking is a technology invented by very famous companies like Cisco, Polycom, Lifesize, all those guys. It is a technology which has already been available, very premium solution. People, they have to shell out like $10,000-$20,000 for that. It works, guys. Let me not say that that solution is bad. First of all, I used to sell it. I used to make some money on it. It works. I remember my demos, yeah, for face tracking. My colleagues will talk something, the camera will zoom to that person. Then I wait. Once he stops, I wait for a couple of seconds. Then I starts talking, and the camera will zoom to me. Then I stop. My colleague will wait for another 2 seconds. Then he starts. We got to play this game to do the demo, and the demo is perfect. It's beautiful. But when it comes to a real life video meeting or a meeting, collaboration, man, you know how it is in a meeting room. Even your sales meeting, which happens in your office, how they are. People talk, people negotiate, people discuss, collaborate. That's the whole point about a meeting, right? What does the camera do? It keeps looking, everybody. It keeps looking. It does not focus. So the camera tracking technology, while it's a beautiful technology, guys, it is not relevant in meeting rooms. Why? Because it cannot focus on one person alone if multiple people are talking. Imagine this. You're having this very strategic meeting. In our office, one of the most important person is a coffee boy, because he refreshes. I say, hey, Fareed, help us, and he brings the coffee, and we are all charged up. But imagine this major meeting happening. You're on a video call, and this nice chap walks in and asks whether you need coffee or tea. He spends 2 minutes or 3 minutes in the meeting room asking orders from people. And that time, it is just the office boy on the screen. Now, I'm not saying that guy is not important, but it's not as important in that meeting. So system does not know who is important, guys. So if you look at the person who is the only person who is talking, and it keeps moving on to people, it gives you a headache. When people ask you for face tracking, try your best to explain that to him. It is not relevant in meeting rooms. It is not every single time I go, I get this question, but you got to talk the way out. Or tell them, if they are not getting out, let them go and test it with the competition. If they have it, let go test it. I have never lost a deal in my life. I have massive big customers who ask for this, finally said the demo was not good because the camera keeps dancing, looking at the people. So face tracking is not important. It is cool to have, but not a must in a meeting room. But every time they will ask because they would have read about it somewhere, right? So that's one of those things which we need to face. What we do have is what we call as active crop and active zoom. So here is Stefan, one of my colleagues back in Switzerland. He's sitting in the room. When the camera sees that he's sitting way far, the camera automatically zooms to him and crops the image without touching the remote. So he can move his hand, not just the head only, he can move his hands and still he is visible on the video call. Because articulation, look at me, I'm so articulative with my hands. Because when it's something important, I'm not like an Italian. Italians do it like a crazy way altogether. But then that's how I talk. A lot of Asian people talk like that. Our culture is like that. We use our hands to talk to. So a lot of non-verbal cues. So when I'm sitting in a crowd of 10 people and somebody talks to me, I shake my heads, because that is where I tell him silently that I understood. I agree with you. I don't agree with him by shaking my head. All those things are part of a verbal communication, or rather the non-verbal communication. We got to see that. Active camera takes everything away. Only look at one person. So in a group meeting, active camera fails. While you need camera technology like this, here, if a second person walks in, the camera will zoom back, taking all the people in the room. So it just makes sure that only the people are in the screen, not the chairs. That's what it does. That is what is technology. Technology is something what changes your life for better, not technology just for the sake of it makes your life worse by making everybody out of that call. So face tracking is not important. Camera, zooming, and auto cropping is a critical solution. By the way, face tracking is an easy solution to do. If you can do it, we have 40% market share of the world. We could have done it. We are not doing it because it doesn't make sense. All right. There's a video call happening. I'm going into the meeting. I have put down my shades, switch off the lights, a lot of preparation before starting the video call. Why? Maybe you have a projector. Why? You have a camera which is facing the window. Sun is too heavy on the meeting room. A lot of reasons. Now, that is something we thought about. And this is what we did. So here you can see of the first image on the top of the lady is a fake image. So please, don't believe that. But then just to explain you, if there's a lot of light coming from your background, your face will look dark. What we have is a dynamic light management technology. Like the real image on your left hand side bottom, a guy is sitting there with a lot of light using a standard camera. And on your right hand side is where Logitech camera is used. Look at the quality difference. Now I can see his face. I can see his eyes. I would know what he's talking about. So dynamic light management system is available for free in Logitech Rally cameras. Use it. Show the customers the effect, because this is a sunny country, right? We are all, I don't know if everybody is waiting for the summer or not. My wife is waiting for summer because she believes that coronavirus will die in sun, and I kind of believe her too. So I'm also for the first time waiting for summer to come. But when summer comes, bring its own complications. Too much of light in the meeting room. Yeah. Don't bother. Let the camera do the trick for you. Don't change your meeting room in the direction of the window. No, don't worry. Let the camera do that dynamically for you. Remember, dynamic lighting management system. How about the audio? I'm not going to say anything about it. You need to do some trial and testing with our devices. Whatever I say might look too much of sales. We really beat everybody in our competition with our audio solution. There are a few distributors in this call. FVC is there. You can ask them how quality is. You can ask them for demo units. You will know how better these solutions are. What we have done is that we have added some tricks on the trade. We did some beamforming technology into the devices. So every single mic contains 7 mics internally. When I talk, the mic creates a virtual beam around me so that noises like tapping the table, somebody moving the chair, somebody coughing, all of that is reduced. Not cancelled, reduced, so that does not affect your meeting. Also, some of the challenges where meeting rooms are so much of echo in the meeting room, right? So echo is because of glass doors. You can see glass window behind me. Oh, by the way, that's just a picture. That's not my home. I wish I had a big home like that. But yeah, too many glasses around the meeting room creates echo in the meeting room. So these technology like beamforming helps a lot. Trick of the trade, if there is echo, add more beamforming mics in the meeting room. The echo will automatically be cancelled. But then it is a room problem. We try our best to manipulate that to give you a better solution. So beamforming is pre-included in our devices. Great technology you got to see in action. Recently, I had a video call with somebody, and I was speaking, and I stopped speaking, and those guys were like murmuring with each other for negotiation points. I heard them. It was that crystal clear, because even if you slowly talk, also that's very clear in this mic. So again, guys, something you need to try and tell. Video, this kind of discussion will not able to help me discuss it. So Polycom, Cisco, life-size infrastructure versus Microsoft Teams, Google, or Zoom. How does it compare with each other? Today, you are all on a video call. I think we have 100 plus people. Zoom's standard limit is 100 unless you take a webinar link. Microsoft limit is 250 people unless you take a webinar link. So that is the limitation they have provided. That's the MCU capacity. I remember my previous life where the cost of building a 100 people webinar session like that was buying system worth of $120,000. In simple terms, guys, if I put all the solutions available in Microsoft Teams and try to emulate that on third-party solution, I need to have $400,000 in hand to buy that, to conduct a 250 people webinar or a 100 people webinar concurrent.
Abraham,
now that is available for free.
With you. Just to let you know that it's 5 minutes past 1 right now. I was asked to just give you an idea of the timing.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Sure, thank you for that. So guys, Microsoft Teams literally is free. It comes with every Office 365 licenses. Zoom trial versions are free. One-to-one phone calls are free. Even their soft versions, the professional versions are not that very pricey. But if you really look Microsoft Teams, customers has it, $400,000 versus free. Try it. Talk to your customers. Tell them to start using video conferencing. If they don't know, advise them to start using. It's so easy, it's so free, and so available. So this is one of the major reasons why people are adopting into video conferencing on software. Cost. This is where the cost has gone down. MCU not needed, codec not needed. The world has changed. I'm going to make it very fast now. What does the future hold? There's a lot of interoperability between Zoom, Microsoft, and WebEx happening. Read about it. So on the cloud, you can invite Zoom, Microsoft people now already. Zoom application to Microsoft application, easy to. WebEx is also joining that collaboration. Again, these are our product portfolios. What you have, don't have to think too much. It's all available on our website. One of those slides you need to take home with, right? Personal device, small, medium, and large. This is what you need to think. You need to talk. But remember to talk to your customers about Teams and how it is free. Zoom, how it is free. Help them with the video collaboration application. Once they get the applications, hardware element will come in. We have our own web cameras. They're not available on retail shops. This is dedicated VC portfolio for enterprise businesses only. Now, last point, how do I manage rooms? Even that is something which Logitech has thought about. So if you have 10, 20, 30, 100 rooms, how do you manage those meeting rooms? We have Logitech Sync. Logitech Sync is a management platform for free. What you can do with that, you can have a lot of tools like drill down to problem, drill down to issues, understand what are the problem, understand the firmwares, upgrade the firmwares, all that stuff together. So that's a tool which we give for free for our customers for lifetime. You can upgrade the firmware, softwares, all of that in that, and understand what exactly the problem is so that you can take an action. So Sync is for free, but we are adding some extra features into Sync. Sync is online. Just type in Logitech Sync and you can get the link and start deploying it for your customers. There's a few features which we're going to add, which will be on a priced version, like people counting, how many people are coming into this meeting, how much in this meeting room of 10 people, how many people regularly come, so that if I know that only low number of people come, I can split this meeting room into two rather than wasting a big meeting room. Those kind of planning, advanced intelligence, those kind of things are going to get added. That will be a premium part of the solution, but the free version will help IT people like you to troubleshoot, support, manage your meeting rooms easy without paying a penny. Alliance partners, as I said, Microsoft is an alliance partner. You know, Office 365, every Office 365 guys have got a Microsoft Teams. Go talk to your customers now. Zoom definitely is an alliance partner. Barco ClickShare, which is a conferencing tool. Because of time, I'm going to stop here. They are also an alliance partner. If you want our room systems to control lighting, HDMI, shades up, shades down, Extron is the company you need to talk to. They work with us through our touch panel. And that's it, guys. That's all from my side. What I want to talk is that, guys, partners, go to this portal of ours, partners.logitech.com, log in, be part of our community. It will help you to, we are launching our university in the future in the next week or two. Get trained. All the assets will be available pretty soon, but be there. We communicate a lot to our partners. Just ensure that you are there. It's not about one guy in a company. Everybody, please register into the portal. Once you are registered one time, you will get approval with other people. So it looks at your domain. So use your domain address. So partners.logitech.com. If you don't remember this slide, just type in on Google, thanks to Google, partners at Logitech. So you'll get the right link. It's a common link for world over. This is where I will stop. We have a lot of incentive plans. I will not go too much into detail. We can come back to us personally on the incentive plans what we got. That's all from my side, guys. Over to question hour and to Kiara and Michelle to take over from here.
Hi everyone, it's Kiara. Just a quick one. Please check your private chats. Some of you have received messages from me. For those who have not received any message from me, I already have your contact details. But specifically to the ones who have received a private message from me, please do reply back. Otherwise, we will not be able to send you the webinar recording link or the presentation slides as well. Please check your private messages. Thank you. Over to you, Miriam.
So shall we take a few quick questions?
So ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to ask a question, please use the raise hand option or simply chat us on the chat to everyone that you have a question. Thank you.
Wow, Sharif, thank you so much. You've been replying a few of the questions. Well done. Thank you so much, buddy. So we have here Sharif from Saudi Arabia, my colleague who manages Saudi Arabia as a region. I take care personally of all the other regions like UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, Bahrain.
Thank you, Abraham. Thank you so much, actually, for all the guys here. It was really interactive session, and I hope that I answer all the questions.
Thank you. You saved my lungs for today.
One team.
All right. So one team, indeed. You're all one team, guys. Guys, can I ask a favor now? This is an amazing response. We will try to keep doing this regularly to train. We are going to do a customer session pretty soon. Can we all switch on the video? I hope it's not going to bombard and crash down. I don't think so. Zoom is good platform. Maybe a photo session later on. I leave that to Marian to manage it.
So dear participants, all your we will kindly ask you to unmute your videos right now. Some of them are already unmuted.
This is our remote selfie time. There we go. Somebody showing a V finger. Ablas, thank you. Ian, do we have a count of number of people today? Please.
We have 105 participants.
Abraham, at one point we were 114 and now currently we're at 104. 116 was the maximum that we touched at one point.
So let me just jump into the most interesting part of the session. Michelle, can you tell how people can earn, there was some gifts or something giveaways? Am I eligible?
We have everyone muted. Please request you to speak very clearly because
Thank
it's
you,
a lot
guys.
of...
Hi guys, it's Michelle here, marketing manager from Logitech. We are giving away 2 prizes. One is a Logitech Brio and a Logitech headset zone. So at the end of the call, I will just do a raffle draw and I'll pick 2 names. And I will contact you after the call if you are the winner. So stay tuned, and I really appreciate your response and everyone attending. I hope it was all clear. And yes, if you have any questions, I'm sure Abraham is more than willing to share his contact details with you. So maybe Abraham, you can share that so people can directly contact you if they need. But thank you all.
Hi,
All right,
Yara
thank you
again.
guys. Thank you very much.
I am missing details for Mr. Azam, Mr. Dimet Aydin, someone under the name of Lenovo, Osman Karadak, Mr. Prasad Ramchandran, then there's somebody with the name User, Mr. Abdul Rahman, Mr. Niju, Mr. Omar, Mr. Nisar, Mr. Nigel, and someone with the name of Support. Can you please ensure to send me your contact details, because I will not be able to send you any details regarding the presentation or webinar recording. Thank you.
The floor is yours, Abraham.
Yeah, I'll be happy to answer questions. I'll wait a little more while. I know everybody is waiting for the lunch as well, because most of them are from UAE, so it's lunch time. So I'll hang on for some more time if anybody wants to unmute their mic, or just I'm opening my chat screen right now for any questions.
Yeah, hi Ibrahim. Ravinder Sharma this side from MAM International Yemen. Hope you're doing good.
Hi Ravi, nice to hear from you. It's been a while, huh?
Yeah, thank you. My question is whether any wireless microphone is also available, or all the microphones are wired.
All our microphones are indeed wired. We are sticking on with that. We don't planning to add any. So there's a lot of noise. So basically, mute yourself, guys. So there's no plan right now to put a battery charge devices because it will create inconsistency. So we are sticking on with cable only. There are some partners here who has installed these mics on the ceiling also. The Rally mics, it's perfectly fine. It's not actually recommended, but then if it's fine, it works indeed. So right now we're gonna only go with cabled ones. But then there are some companies who are out there who provides wireless mics for those 0.1% of your cases where the table is Italian and they want wireless stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Ibrahim.
We have a question from Amro Ahmed.
Yep.
Your line is unmuted.
Yes, Amro.
I actually went for a customer to do a demo for the Rally Plus, and his problem was that the cables of the mic bots, it was very short. And he asked me if it can be extended because, as I understood, that it's just only 7 meters.
Yeah. So
boardroom
as you know,
was very huge.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So yes. If those scenarios where it's very huge, as you know, the mic has to only reach the table hub under the table. So if 7 meters is not good enough, then you need to purchase the mic hub, which give you additional meters, almost like 4 meters extra. You can have multiple mic hubs also, so that you can keep on increasing it. But of course, we try our best not to increase it too much. That's why we give the table hub under the table. So all you need to do is bring the cable from the mic down to the table hub, which is underneath the table. A couple of mic hubs is more what you need. That's it. So mic hub is what you need to have.
But with the mic hubs, I can extend up to 7 only?
No, you can have multiple mic hubs. Yeah. So if you connect 3 mic hubs, 10, 12 meters there already. But anything more than that, I think you are already talking about a town center or something like that. It's not really a boardroom. It could be much bigger than that.
It's just like I want to understand, like every table hub can take only 7 pods. Am I correct?
Yes, maximum 7.
All right. If the customer just wants only the 2 hubs or the 2 pods, the 2 pods, 2 mic pods that comes already within the box with the Rally Plus, all right? So the cable there to extend it from these 2 is only 7 meters. Is there a way to increase? Is there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That's what the product. What you need to look for is the mic hub. It's not a mic. It's a mic hub. It's a product of its own.
Yeah, I saw it in the picture.
Cable. Yeah, that's the one. It adds extra
additional
length.
cable.
Absolutely.
All right. But there's no Type C like above 10 meters.
No.
All right, because actually a person from FVC here, I went to him with this issue and he said, yes, we do have a Type C more than 10 meters up to 20.
I can't comment on that. That's a discussion with you with someone else.
Right,
so
that's
maybe
right. Yeah. It's clear enough. That's okay.
Cool. I can send you a link. Send an email to me. I'll type my email address here. I can share if you want some details. Yeah, I'm gonna type my email address on the chat.
All right.
Hi, Abraham.
Question.
Yeah.
Okay, please go ahead. I'll go with my question next.
I'm done. You can go.
Okay, hi, Abraham. This is Jose Youssef. Actually, I have for you 2 questions, Abraham. First, I was trying the Meetup Connect, but I wasn't able to benefit from the feature of the site right, the zoom in and zoom out.
Okay.
I tried it, but if you can tell me if there is any configuration that I should enable because it wasn't working.
Sure.
My second question is the Rally or Rally Plus. Does it have capability to present the video conference on one screen and present any presentation at the same time on another screen if I have two screens on my video and my meeting room?
Okay. Question number one, how to get the auto crop or right sense feature, basically. There is a firmware which is available. Of course, when we started doing Meetup and Rally, the auto cropping feature was not available. We added it with a software upgrade. So this firmware is available free of charge. You need to remember two things. One, upload the firmware to the latest one. Second, download a software called a Logitech camera setting. It is available on the same download sheet, and install it on your PC, because you need to click that option on called as right sense. So you need both these softwares to make that work. But if you're already buying the Room kit, which is including the Zoom kit or the Microsoft kit, these softwares are already pre-built. Now, going into the next question, dual screen option. Now remember, your software is sitting on a laptop or a PC. So it is very important that these PCs has the dual screen option. So in our Room solution, which is a Zoom Room and a Microsoft Room, the PC which is behind the touchpad contains two HDMI cable, and you can connect two screens to it, and the software will automatically divide the screens into two, one for the content, one for the presentation, one for the content, one for the video. So absolutely it is possible, and that is why Rally specifically contains two HDMI input on the table hub and two HDMI output. So it is possible as long as you have the right PC with you with two outputs. So when you design, make sure that the PC has two output, and you always go for the Room version, because only the Room versions of Team and Zoom has the capability to do this two screens.
Yeah, good. Can you just repeat for me the firmware name and the software name for the meetup?
Firmware, look for the latest firmware.
Okay, yeah.
Second, Logitech camera setting.
Okay, good.
This is where you go and click and unclick the option of whether you need the feature. Some people don't like the feature, you can unclick it. Some people like it. So again, your PC should have it. So Room solution is where 100% times it works perfectly fine, because it needs that messaging from the PC. It's Windows based, unfortunately for now. We do not have an Apple version, but we never got a case for Apple till now.
Thank you, Abraham. Thank you.
We have a question from Tendai. Your line is unmuted.
Tendai? Okay, I have got a question. Can I integrate tab to client's domain? Absolutely. The software needs username and password. In Microsoft, the username you're going to create for tab software is a Room resource ID. Now, Room resource ID is the same ID which you use to book the meeting. So in your calendar, right, when you open a calendar and send the meeting invite, you add the Room resource ID so that the room is booked for you. It's the same resource ID which you use on the tab for Microsoft and for Zoom. This is how, when you book the meeting, tab already understands the meeting room is booked, and it pops up on the screen that it's your meeting, and you just one press and join the call. So absolutely you can add it to your domain. So rather, the question is, can you add it to the AD? So the user ID which you give there is part of your AD indeed.
Thanks, Abraham. Listen, firstly, thank you all, Logitech team, for an excellent webinar. It's been extremely informative. My question goes to the competition, because obviously you were right to cite the fact that in this region, the market is very receptive to high-end products for reasons we all know. But they don't just buy anything because we say so. We have to give them a compelling argument. And so my question goes to that compelling argument. Can you share, please, who your top 2 or 3 competitors are in this specific space of UCNC? And the second part of the question is, what would you say are your top 2 or 3 unique selling points that render your products unassailably competitive? What do you offer that nobody else can technically?
Okay. To know that, to answer that properly, we started this USB-based device technology about 8-9 years back. We were the first one to come with this idea. That was our unique proposition. We were the only one. Of course, now that's not the case. There are more and more companies who are coming into this game. We are the ones who came to the market and said, hey guys, you don't have to buy a codec. Start using the software and just upgrade the camera, speaker, and mic. That's all what you need. Now, our unique selling points are many, quite honestly. The quality of the product is, it overshadows every single point. Rally and Meetup, especially Rally, I would say, if you put the system, the lighting capability, the camera quality, the speaker and mic quality is absolutely what you have wished for in any other product. So that is our biggest USP. Second, we are extremely good quality product. It's Logitech. I'll put it that way. It's Logitech product. Third, services factor. There's no service fees. 2 years of warranty free of charge and absolutely no service fees. Because most of the video collaboration companies charge everybody like a hand and a leg every year. That's not there at all. But very honestly with you, I mean, there are companies who are coming into the segment. We are the leaders. We were the beginners. So we had this great advantage. Now, quite honestly, the USB is all about the products. If we have a good product, then that's what customer would buy. A few years back, we were the only one in this area, in this segment itself. Interoperability, or what we call as the alliance partners, really is important because we have Microsoft and Zoom recommending us. And that's also very important, right? Because that's the main key software. So as a solution, if you look at it, Cisco and Cisco Codec. Again, I will be very specific. Cisco is a partner and also sometimes a competition. Cisco WebEx is a partner of ours because we give them the camera and speaker. But Cisco Codec is a competition. Polycom, another competition. But then we don't have codecs nor MCU, so we don't compete with them in that space. Yes, we compete on the ideology, but not really on the product to product per se. I know they are coming with some products which is kind of similar, but otherwise, it all boils down, my friend, into the products. I mean, thankfully, we are still the best in the market in product quality versus price. And I'll rest my case there.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Walid.
Yes. Thank you, Ibrahim, for this.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. Sorry. Thank you very much, for this webinar. Very, very informative. My question is this. Now, Logitech is providing all the hardware solution. When you be expecting, this Logitech will step up, to go with the gateway to cross-platform with beyond those three measures that you just mentioned, like if I can go and connect it with the Cisco Sparks or other platform or other platform, I mean, where I can freely same like, what Pixel, that they are doing right
Okay.
now. They're the only one who's manipulating now the market.
So you're talking about the interoperability perspective, right, between these vendors?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I hate to disappoint you, but Logitech will never do that. I'll tell you the reason why. We will not be going into that area because we believe that it's already happening. For example, this consortium we talked about, Zoom, Microsoft Team, and Cisco, which is happening already. Zoom and Microsoft is already interoperable. You can use calls between both of them. These vendors are going to do it automatically. We see in the next few months' time, a lot of vendors joining hands and making them interoperable with each other. And I know not everybody can come in because there should be a give and take into this. Microsoft and Zoom are big. They have a give and take. WebEx is also joining. So the future is more about these vendors giving interoperability between each other. There is no much of a role to play, quite honestly. And the businesses which people are expecting out of this interoperability game is not a consistent business because we need to see a business which will grow. Yes, we are looking at software, but we are looking more like the one we discussed before, Logitech Sync. How can we help you with some added information, added intelligence to manage your room, manipulate it, give you more APIs to control your rooms? Those kind of things we will add. We are looking out for more and more ways to add up to it, but we would not go into interoperability because that's something you will get for free quite soon. You are already getting it for Zoom and Microsoft. It's a matter of time that everybody will interact each other or interoperable with each other.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have some questions through the chat.
Okay. Audio is not good enough from the, oh, that's okay. They're not using a Logitech headset. I'm just kidding. Okay, maybe they are using the mobile phones, so excuse that. Sorry about that. We will try to repeat the question. So he was talking about interoperability. Will Logitech look for softwares? We will come with softwares and stuff like that. That was the real question. You have a question about smartphone and the, yeah, so you can integrate your smartphone, your mobile Bluetooth into our devices. So if you're on a phone call and you walk into the meeting room, you can push your phone call into our devices. And the whole meeting room will become an audio conferencing system. So a lot of customers ask me, do you have an analog line coming in? And I ask them, how many times do you see analog line in meeting rooms? It's kind of like a dead technology. Maybe you have it at home. So what we did is that your mobiles can be Bluetooth connected. So audio and video audio can happen. Sorry, video cannot happen on Bluetooth. So it's only for audio calls. So if you want to do a conference call just on an audio, just call the guy and just put it Bluetooth over to our device. So our speaker and mic will act as your speaker and mic for your mobile. That's one area. There is a question about wirelessly casting multiple screens. I'm not sure whether I understand the question properly, but even with Zoom Room System and Microsoft Room System, if you want to push your content, for example, if you bring your laptop and you want to push your content into the video call, at that time you can use companies like Barco. They have the ClickShare dongle to wirelessly push content. We are interoperable with them. We have cables if you want in that circumstance with HDMI cable connected to your laptop. But what we see in the future is that we see, for example, Zoom has a wireless casting option internally. So when you bring your laptop, it can automatically detect there's a Zoom Room system next to you, and you can push the content automatically by clicking a couple of buttons on your laptop. Not automatically, you need to initiate that. So wireless content management and all, what we see is that customers are, the companies are bringing, the software companies are bringing like Zoom. Microsoft is working on something around Miracast. Right now, if the solution does not have wireless casting, use Barco. That is the best option and our partner in crime for that. Racing out again, guys, who your name is Lenovo, your name is Demet, Osman, Yus, Ensur, Nigel, support. If you can, please send your contact details. Lubina Menchel, I know her contact, no worries. Rest everybody, if you can pass your email addresses, it will be great. We can keep you posted with all the details, try to give you this presentation, all those stuff. I think that's it, guys. I think I believe I've touched. If I have not, then I'll wait for a minute more. Then I'll let you guys all go have your lunch. Meetup limitation is up to 6 to 8 people, by the way. That's another question by Ashok Kumar. Nitish M, you have a question because you raised your hand?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Abraham. I have a situation like there is the client want to use two cameras, one for the participant and one for the
students, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So whether we can use Logitech solution? Do you have any?
Again, the question. I'll first technically give you how the thought process should be. In your PC, when you have Zoom or Microsoft running, if you go into the web camera option, you can only put one web camera, right? You cannot have multiple. Correct. That answers you for a BYOD. You can't have two web camera, only one for laptop. But when you go to a meeting room software, which is Microsoft Teams Room or Zoom Room software, which is a bundles we have, those software has an option of adding two camera. So that two camera is possible only and only using the room versions or the room software versions. So that is possible. Usually people use it for the content. If you have a whiteboard and they will use it, look at the whiteboard. Microsoft has an amazing feature that even if you're standing in front of the camera and the whiteboard, it will supercast the content behind you. Those kind of cool features are there. Zoom also has an option, a secondary camera option, because the software should have it. So Zoom and Microsoft does that beautifully well in the room versions.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Distance cover of meetup, 7 is a stretch, honestly. Ashok, leave it to like up to 5 meters. That would be better. Of course, you can do 7 if you have an external mic connected to meetup. So meetup can have an optional external mic which can add the coverage, and that external mic can add up to like another 3 more meters. So, but quite honestly, 7 meter, the meeting room is already too big for meetup. Very honestly, I mean, I would say that, see, I told you, right, if I am standing in a 7 meter room with the eagle eye camera or the 120-degree camera, I look much more fatter. Don't do that unless you're a slim person, right? So eagle eye or the 120-degree angle camera should only be used for small meeting rooms. What are your thoughts on BYOM? Mohammed Gamravi. Okay, BYOM is a very new technology. I because of the time limit, I couldn't explain. I would have loved to do that. I'll try my best to explain it. I think it's a very cool technology. BYOM stands for Bring Your Own Meeting, which is a Barco initiative, a Barco terminology. So earlier we discussed about the HDMI cable going wireless with Barco ClickShare. Most of you guys know about it. But if you have a BYOD where the HDMI is wireless, but you still need a USB cable in, right? In those scenarios, Barco has did really some cool stuff. So they have a new version of ClickShare called as ClickShare Conference. You connect the ClickShare Conference, it makes HDMI wireless and our USB cable also wireless. It's called as ClickShare Conference. What it really does is that we connect our devices into Barco receiver, and their client, which is a ClickShare, will host the HDMI and the USB softwares in. So this way you can push HDMI wireless and the USB also wireless. Mersive is also a part of another company which we are signed up with, so we also work with them absolutely. So they are equal in a sense of wireless collaboration. Their way of doing wireless is different compared to others, but we are also partnered with Mersive as well. They got a team here locally as well. I think there's a lot of scope for BYOM, the Barco ClickShare. We are launching an exclusive bundle with Barco. FVC will announce it very soon. FVC is an exclusive distributor for this initiative, Barco ClickShare / Logitech bundles. Like you saw, small, medium, and large. We're launching it with Barco. It's a matter of a few more weeks, guys. You will see bundles with Barco soon. Allah asked about cloud video interop for Microsoft Teams. So, okay, see, I'm not the right voice for Microsoft or Zoom, but when I open my Microsoft Teams right now, I have a Zoom bot. I can actually go to the Zoom icon on my Teams and call into a Zoom meeting. So that's one of the ways. Personally, I don't know how to do a Zoom to Microsoft, but this is one I know about. I'm pretty sure there is a lot of documentations available online. So interoperability is done by Microsoft and Zoom on the cloud. So you don't have to pay anything extra for that. All right, I think we are complete here. I leave it to Kiara and Michelle. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. It was super good to meet you guys. I mean, I've been stuck at home for some time and I wanted a change and I didn't expect this overwhelming result. Thank you so much for making my day. I hope I made it worth for you. Again, stay safe, stay at home. Business comes second, but then if you're thinking business, VC is definitely one business you think first. Thank you once again. Pleasure seeing you guys. Thank you again.
Thank you, Abraham. Thank you so much for that wonderful session. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. As Michelle mentioned, there is a raffle draw and 2 winners would be selected and we would be contacting them. And lastly, we would be sending out the presentation and the webinar recording session shortly. Thank you so much to everybody once again. Michelle, if you want to say something, over to you.
Yeah, just thank you for the amazing response. It's clearly showing that VC is a hot topic right now. But like I said, if you have any questions, please shout out to Abraham or Kiara. We're more than happy to support where we can. And I'm looking forward to announcing the winners, and you guys will be contacted via email. Have an amazing day and stay safe. Take care, guys.